Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown. I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Coty.
And today we have a plethora of boarding patrols and some extra gribblies to go along with them.
Yeah. Boarding-PALOOZA.
Boarding-PALOOZA.
Just because we like that word for some reason.
Yeah, Palooza is a fun word.
It is. It's very fun.
All right, so we're going to go into some of these in some detail, looking at some points, and then we're going to go into one in particular detail because it's very pretty. Let's start with the Orks. This one retails at $140. It has a unit of Flash Gits, a unit of, not Boar Boys, the Beast Snaga Boys, a unit of Commandos, they're up here somewhere, and then the brand new Boss Snickrot, the Orc Commando character. You mentioned this, that it's unlike some of the other ones that we're going to talk about, is a little scattered.
Yeah, it's a weird composition in the box.
Yeah, it has the Bad Moons for the Flash Gits and the Snake Bites for the Beast Snagas. It's a cool little smattering of guys. You can use them in any army, but
I mean, I like all the Orks. They're all funny, goofy models, and I enjoy them all equally. But just as far as like a competitive, and I've never really list built for Orks.
Yeah, me either.
It's a weird box where they all do special things for other sub factions. So it's just interesting.
Yeah.
On a collection standpoint, these models are beautiful. I love them all. On a playing, it's a little weird.
Yeah, that should be noted that other than the Flash Kits, all of these kits are either brand new with this box or just came out in the most recent codex, so it's very, very new sculpts. Yeah. And the Flash Kits only came out with the 8th edition codex.
Yeah, and then, of course, new Snickrot. I've seen some love-hate on the internet with them. His new sculpt doesn't look new enough to most people, but
fine. Honestly, the fact that he's in plastic is all that I care about.
Exactly. That right there is all you need to ask for. It's an orc with 2 knives and a cool mask, and what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
He looks great.
And in going with Orks, most of them being cheap and kind of bad, the points levels is about 350 to 400 points depending on upgrades. I know the Flash Kits in particular, their whole thing is that they really like to kit their stuff out, and they kind of pride themselves on being the coolest guy in the group, and they're basically like Orc Devastators. Because there's I can see a plasma gun here, I can see a melt-a-gun, looks like a full auto cannon type thing. So yeah, you could probably upgrade these pretty well, unless they got the Space Marine. Everything is free, but I don't think they did.
I don't think so.
All right, moving on. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do
Grey Knights.
Because in looking this one up, I actually got a little bit of a new respect for it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. So this one, it doesn't look terribly impressive. Most of the things in Grey Knights are pretty expensive, points-wise.
Yeah, they're always a low model count army.
Yeah.
So no surprise.
It's $115 retail. It is, I always want to say Drago. It's not Drago.
It's not Drago.
It's Castle and Crow. It's Castle and Crow, which has a gorgeous new sculpt. And then 10 Brotherhood Terminators, or not Brotherhood Terminators, Strike Squad, and then 5 Brotherhood Terminators. And the reason that it got a slight respect from me is, even though it's low model count, because everything is so expensive, it is very high points. Yeah. It is the highest points of all of these.
Oh, really?
At 500 points, between 450 and 500 points, depending, plus upgrades.
What are the... Okay, I guess I'm going to have to ask the other points, because 500 is the boarding patrol limit.
Some of them are low. Like I said, the Orc one was 350. So...
That's not a very good boarding. Oh, my God. Okay.
You know, all this is going to change soon. It's fine. But, yeah, so this one has the largest points across all of these. Okay.
And Grey Knights, you know, you don't need to take a lot of models for them to be good.
No.
They have the Terminators in there that when they get up close, which boarding patrols is always up close.
Yeah, close quarters.
You will smack stuff with it.
Yeah, between the Psychic and being, slightly tougher than most Marines and the Terminators being built in the box, I have a weird anti for the boxes that have the named characters in them, because it feels weird to I don't want a second one of those, so I'm gonna buy that.
You're never gonna buy 2 of the boxes, and even then, if you already have that model, that immediately drops the value that you were saving to that box, unless you sell it. But secondhand markets can be really finicky.
Yeah.
So
We were mentioning this a lot when the Christmas Battle Forces were coming out.
Right.
Is that a whole bunch of those had named characters in them? It was just a little weird because you would think someone would want to buy. Sorry, the company that makes them would want people to buy multiples, but that's not really the case.
right.
I guess the alternative to that would be you buy the one really good deal and then you get the other ones that are less good of a deal.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah, a lot of these have been like compared to like how well they do with or against the combat patrol.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of people are looking at it right now. So most of the combat patrols, I don't know if theirs has the named character, but
Yeah, I actually don't know if the Grey
yeah,
Knights one does.
a lot of boarding patrols pair well with their combat patrols. So from a collection standpoint, it's good in that aspect.
Yeah.
But probably
Most
don't
of-
buy 2 boxes.
Yeah, most of the combat patrols don't have named characters in them. It is actually a rare exception when they do. Like I think the Thousand Suns one has Ahriman, but I can't. And I think maybe the Death Watch one was a named character, but I might be wrong on that. But with all the Space Marines, you could basically just pick whichever one you want. Moving on to the Drukari. This one is not marked, so I will look at my handy dandy sheet. It's also $115. It comes with a witch. I always do this. A succubus. Sorry, not a witch. It comes with 10 witches. Is it only 10 witches? No, 20 witches. Sorry, the little times 2 was under my finger.
Oh.
So 20 witches and 5 incubi. The witches are an okay newish sculpt. The leader and the incubi though are pretty much new sculpts. This one for points is 370 plus upgrades. So again, just above the orcs, so it's fine. This one does not have a named character, so you could buy multiples and go from there. Granted, with that, you can't use multiple characters unless you have a special exception. I don't know if Drukari has that. They might. But from what I've been seeing, most people are kind of complaining this one isn't Cabalites, because the Cabalites are apparently like one of the more popular ways to play. But if you're looking to get into the faction, this is not terrible. Or just like pick it up and try out boarding patrols because it does look fun.
Yeah.
Still have not tried it. Any comments on this one?
I mean, just at the end of the day, if you wanna start collecting Drukari, it's a good box, good value. All of these are good values.
Yeah, all of these are deals.
I mean, let's be real. None of their boxes have been like the most competitive boxes in the world. So if you want to get competitive, make your own list. If you want to just have an easy 500 points to throw on the board.
Yeah. Basically, all of these are if you want everything in the box, go for it. But even if you don't want one thing, you might want to look someplace else.
Correct.
And we'll go to the Necrons next, I think.
Nextrons.
The Nextrons. This one is a bit hilarious in my opinion. So it has a set of 3. Why do I always forget their names? I own this faction. Ophidian Destroyers. 3 Ophidian Destroyers. With their little plasma sight guy that buffs them up. It has. I'm going to talk about these guys last. 10 Lichguard. 5 Lichguard and then 5 Triarch Praetorians listed on the box, which they're the same kit, but Triarch Praetorians are not legal in boarding patrol because they're flying models. So in the article, they were like, yeah, it shows Triarch Praetorians, but like you can build them as Lichguard.
Or if you want to play, you have to build them as Lichguard.
So that's actually kind of funny.
It is a little funny. It's probably just because the models that they reuse every single time were built like that. And
because they don't want to build 5 more Lichguard.
Correct.
Even though
they don't want to build and paint them, so
so they're like, we have Praetorians, just put them on the box. It's fine. 10 Necron warriors and 3 Scarab swarms. They're not on the front of the box.
I mean, they come in the box because they come with the Necron warriors. So.
Yeah, they're on the Necron warrior spirit. Now I'm very confused. Okay, it should come with the Scarab swarms, which are legal even though they're fast attack because I believe they have an exception in Necron.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. Matt puts a quote at the bottom of this room. I'm always scared of that. This one is a decent deal, especially if you're getting into Necrons. If you already have Necrons, you already have about 100 warriors, so you don't necessarily need the warriors, and that, like we said, kind of puts it off numbers-wise. It is $140. No, it's $130. This price is wrong.
Oh.
And it's 450 points. And the reason it is exactly 450 points is Necrons doesn't have any point upgrades. It's just like
you choose the different loadout.
The weapons for the warriors are the same price no matter what. The weapons for the Praetorians and the Lich Guard same no matter what. So if you take everything in this box, it is 450 points, which is on the higher end for ones that we're seeing. To get to 500, you'll need to add a little bit more, but
maybe some of those scarabs that they don't count.
maybe. But yeah, this one's not bad if you're just getting into the faction. It doesn't have an HQ, which is a little weird to me.
Yeah.
But you don't have to take an HQ in Boarding Patrol. And then you can just like buy 2 of these boxes and an HQ, and you're probably good.
Yeah.
Bunch of warriors and some Lich Guard or Praetorians, both of which are decent. The Ophidians are a little strange gameplay wise because they're like deep striking assassins, but they're kind of squishy. Mm-hmm. So they're a little strange. But yeah, not a terrible box. I made fun of this a little bit because, man, I just hate all the boxes that have warriors in them. But
yeah, how many warriors do you have now?
Over 200.
Yeah,
I don't know how I did that, but I did it.
Average Necron amount.
Yes, the average Necron amount. I'm sure there are people that have me beat. Okay, this one is the Aeldari. It has 2 units of Eldar Corsair Void Scarred, which are the kill team box, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It has 1 unit of Howling Banshees, which are, I've heard, pretty freaking good right now. And then Jainzar, the named character. All of these are new sculpts since the Eldar Codex came out. Eldari Codex, my bad. It is $130 for retail price. And between 450 and 485 points plus upgrades. So this one's decent. It's up there with the Grey Knights one.
Yeah.
And all the sculpts are fantastic. It's a great deal. The Void Scarred models are like really, really cool. And I say that as someone who really doesn't like Aeldari.
Yeah, and then just them adding the kill team in there, you can kind of double duty that box and play some kill team with it too. Yeah,
it would be really cool if the what are they called? They're Howling Banshees, Screaming Vipers, whatever. They all have a name. I don't remember what it's called.
I don't know much about elves.
Fair enough. It would be cool if they were a kill team, so that you could just buy this box, and then other than Jainzar, you have like 3 kill teams.
Yeah,
that would be dope.
Yeah.
But anyway, really good deal. I like the price. The models are great. The points are a good value. Yeah, this one's really good.
Absolutely.
Again, it's a little weird with the name character, but
All right.
And last but not least,
the one everybody's been waiting for.
The one everyone wants. Dun dun dun. Tau Empire. It has. I always want to.
10 Fire Warriors.
I always want to say Pathfinders.
They're different.
10. I know they're different. They look the same though. 10 Fire Warriors. 3. Crisis suits. And
the new Commander Farsight model.
Yeah, the one that
is glorious plastic.
Yeah, which is awesome. I love the like tactical rock with the cherry blossom on it.
Yeah,
and it's so cool. And again, I don't like Tau, so
I do.
I know you do. This one is 130 retail. It is between 425 points and 470 points. Mm-hmm. And so that is pretty good. It is another one with a named character, but he's a very cool named character.
Yes.
So there's that. The only real downside with this one is if you don't want to play Farsight, then it's basically just straight not worth it.
Yeah, this is a very Farsight exclusive. I mean, maybe if you're playing a super casual game, you can proxy him in as just a regular commander or something like that.
Yeah, if you have some commander bits, I'm sure you could just like take the shield off, swap out the sword arm, and make him your just commander unnamed character.
Yeah. But don't do that yet.
No, don't do that yet.
Who
knows what's going to happen in 3 months?
Correct. But my biggest thing with this box right now is the internet is losing their mind over it. Everybody wants it, and it's unfortunately being scalped really, really bad.
Oh, really?
So my biggest advice is do not buy this from eBay.
Oh, no.
Please do not buy this from eBay.
Just wait.
Just
It'll
wait.
be out.
They will get more. There will be more. Do not do not spend twice MSRP for one model.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Okay, and we're looking at the Sprue. Got the cool tactical rock over here. This is not the right Sprue. This is the wrong.
That is the wrong.
There we go.
Commander Farsight looking a little short.
Looking a little short. Ah, there we go. There's that big sword and the shield and the cherry blossoms. You can cut that if you want. I don't really care.
Nah, keep it in.
Keep it in. Fantastic sculpt. That sword being like twice the size of a Space Marine is really cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool sword. The model in general is just great. It's it's a special take on a commander unit. Like it kind of does a different style where it's got like some smooth round edges on it versus other crisis suits and commander suits that are all blocky and stuff. So it's very, very unique, and I like everything about it.
Awesome. I like the sound of that. Okay. And that is the big release for this week is especially the Tau one. We have a couple extras. We have the Farsight Dice, which are just the Farsight faction symbol with the dark red that they're known for. And Diceflation, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
They're fine. And the Arks of Omen Farsight book, which does have fantastic art on the front. Not near as creepy as the Shadow Sun art that they put on the Black Library book this week.
Right.
And there are rules for all of the Eldar. So Asuryani, Ynnari, Drukari, Harlequins, Tau, and Adeptus Sororitas are the ones that are in here. And then missions for up to 4 players that I didn't know.
Yeah, I saw a video of somebody testing that out. They were doing 3 players, so
nice.
It's very interesting.
So yeah, this has all that stuff, and of course, we do have it open as you are buying this one.
Yes.
And yeah, we've said it every time a new book has come out. We got one more after this, The Lion Here We Come, which is it's great that this is lore and it's stuff for boarding actions, and it's not stuff that you just need to play every game of 40K. So I don't have to carry the rule book and my Arks of Omen detachment book and my codex and my blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
These books are great because everybody thought they were going to be like Psychic Awakening, where they just are out of date the moment 10th hits. But GW has said on multiple occasions that these rules are still going to carry on through 10th. It's still going to be its own game. So don't be afraid to pick this up if you are interested in it.
Yeah, it's great. It's not going to be outdated like codexes are. But
yeah, I mean we're hearing about how rules are getting cheaper and free online and stuff like that, and it's all great. So, $60 for a rule book might seem a little steep. So,
buy at your own risk, I guess.
Yeah, buy at your own risk. But it's not going to be useless in a couple months,
which is great.
Like what everybody thought Arks of Omen was going to be for. So,
once the first one came out, people were like, "Oh, we know what this is."
Yeah.
But then it came out, and they're like, "Oh, maybe we don't." And then the 10th edition announcement said it was all going to be good through, so yay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the releases for this week. Next week we have some stuff that we're particularly interested in, which would be a Necromunda release. Yeah. The new book, which we do plan on doing a breakdown for, at least Josh and myself. I don't know if you would like to join. I might. Some Khador stuff, some Palanite stuff.
Yeah, I do like the Khador little walker guys.
I'm definitely going to just cut a hole in it and put my Skaven in it like their pants. So they're just like walking around in robot pants.
That's great. I wanted to steal them for something, so let's hope that they're sculpted to where their legs aren't a part of it. So
yeah, that's fair. So the official is the way you're supposed to do it is the guys are like hanging off the back, but
I'm sure that'll make it a lot easier then, as long as they don't don't sculpt the arms with it then.
Yeah. So until then, I've been Mitchell.
I've been Coty.
Bye.
Bye.